Yeah, you heard that correctly. My roommate relieved himself in my bed, but it wasn't entirely his fault. Let me back up. Trent is a weird dude. He loves Magic the Gathering, maybe a little too much. Go ahead. Gather. He can somehow survive on only bread and Nutella, and he's also the kind of guy to do this. Am I interrupting something? But despite all of this, Trent is one of the kindest, most compassionate, and loyal individuals I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. So imagine my surprise when he left me there, on the curb, barefoot, soiled sheets in hand, as they carted him away in an ambulance. Now, somehow I pissed off the universe and was designated as the 𝓢𝓗𝓘𝓣 of 3 legendarily dumb roommates. A bright green butt sniffer, a pizza pickpocket, and a mattress muddier. As for the other 2, they're named Derek and Parker. Now remember those 2, they'll be important later. But for now, everything starts with me finishing one of the worst school days of my entire educational career. Hey, you wanna go get some all-you-can-eat $1 pancakes? Yes! Recharged by my desire for all-you-can-eat chocolatey chip goodness, Ian and I set out to obtain our divine dough discs. Things were looking set up for one of the greatest redemption arcs of all time. But of course, the universe had other plans. Yo, Ian, hold up 1 second, dude. Hang on. Derek is on my shit list for eating my entire leftover pizza the night that I put it into the fridge. He's an emo asshole who reeks of weed, so the last thing I wanted to do was answer this call, but Derek also had never called me unless something was seriously wrong. So, uneasily, I answer the phone. Hello? I'm sorry, naked? I'll be right there. I apologize profusely to Ian, and I kiss the idea of all-you-can-eat buttermilk beauties goodbye, because at this rate, it ain't happening. I whip up my phone, scroll through my contacts, and land on his brother Graham. Hey Graham, Trent is wandering around the apartment naked and mumbling nonsense. After I'm done initial D'ing my way to the dorms, I drift into the parking lot, cross the street, sprint up 3 flights of stairs, and unlock the front door. You guys good? Where is he?
Naked?
He's in the shower? Whatever, I'm gonna go talk to him.
What the hell is going on? I'm freaking out, man.
Parker, it's all good, dude. Everything's gonna be fine.
Who's going around screaming and was in our room?
You let him into our room? Look, it'll be fine. Just calm.
I'm freaking out, man. I can't.
Parker! Chill the fuck out. At this point, I can tell some serious stuff is going on because Parker's a weirdo, but he's never this jumpy. I push past Cringer and make my way to the bathroom door. Trent? Dude, you good?
I think if I take all 5 colors and I combine them, it'll make a super weapon. I can't let it blow up the earth.
Is he on drugs? He was talking about the colors in Magic the Gathering, but not in a way that made sense. He had to have been hit by a summoning sickness or something, I don't know. I whip out my phone, call Graham, hang up, sprint down the stairs, and as he's waiting for the crosswalk to turn, an ambulance comes barreling down the street and makes a hard right into our building's driveway. Graham crosses, we head up the stairs and make our way back to the bathroom. Shortly after we get back to the dorm, the paramedics arrive and they start taking charge. 2 of the paramedics immediately head straight to check on Trent, while one of them hangs back and asks us a couple of questions. With a seemingly better grasp of the situation, he proceeds to help examine Trent along with the other 2 paramedics. As they ask him a bunch of questions, they also manage to get some clothes on him, bust out a heart monitor, and check his eyes.
His pupils are dilated. Okay, you 3, listen up. It appears that there's something in his system. If any of you had a substance he could have gotten into, you have to tell us so we can properly diagnose him.
Now obviously, I have my suspicions, but I was more so shocked that Trent would have gotten into anything, period. He hates the idea of even taking painkillers, so substances? Really? We all shook our heads and said something about how we didn't have anything, which only made the paramedic press harder. I glanced over at Parker. Parker is a gamer-raging furry, and the only time that he's experienced grass is by silk touching a block of it in Minecraft. The dude is pale enough to make printer paper look dark, so the only thing that he could possibly have are maybe some vitamin D supplements. Derek, on the other hand, is who I would have put my money on. Not only does he share a room with Trent, but he occasionally would participate in the consumption of the 𝓢𝓗𝓘𝓣, so other substances wouldn't be off the table. I swear on the lives of my 6 siblings that I don't have anything. Parker whimpers and Derek shrugs. The paramedic shrugs and leaves to go help with Trent.
This is too much, man. I gotta go lie down.
Parker then proceeds to clear a spot on the living room floor, flop down, and spreads out his arms and legs and starts making some carpet snow angel. I ignore Parker being dramatic, as one usually does, and head to Trent's room to check out what's going on. While I'm observing in the hallway, one of the paramedics asks me if I can locate Trent's wallet because they're gonna need it when they check him into the hospital. Oh, it's that kind of serious. Derek and I turn the place upside down, but we can't find this wallet anywhere. We move the couch, look in the bathroom, even the cabinets, but to no avail. Parker eventually joins the search, and I notice him go to look in our room. Before I can go look for the wallet in Trent's room, Parker pops his head out of our doorway and taps me on the shoulder. "Oh, what's up, Parker? You find the wallet?"
Not exactly.
He looked pretty disturbed. As I duck through the doorway, my nostrils are immediately hit with a scent of feces. Parker sheepishly walks in behind me and points. There, on my bed, is a massive brown puddle. What the fuck is that, Parker? How the hell did you forget to mention the in my bed part, Parker? Apparently, not too long after Derek had called me, Trent shit in his own bed, hallucinated into my room, shit on my bed, and then jumped into the shower. Before I have the chance to rip Parker a new one, a commotion starts in the other room. "Can anyone find him some shoes?" Everyone looks around frantically, but to no avail. I slip on my flip-flops, pass them to Graham, and he helps Trent into them. The paramedics clear a path and begin helping Graham carry Trent down the 3 flights of stairs, and I begin to follow. Now, I talk a lot of trash about Parker, but here's the one time that I will give this man credit. While I was assisting in the transport of Trent, this man put on a mask, stripped the sheets and blankets off of my bed, put them into a trash bag, and handed them to me when following the paramedics out of the door. I grabbed some of my other shoes from the shoe rack and head down after them. So here we are, back at the beginning. As the ambulance pulls away, I meet back up with Graham, and together we head to the hospital. Accompany on Trent. Aside from the fact that he's my friend and I want to make sure that he's okay, I needed to know what was wrong with him. I was like a 30-year-old white mom watching a Netflix documentary about some sort of murder. Like, I was invested. After Grant and I arrived at the hospital, we waited forever to see this man. Apparently everybody had some sort of medical emergency because we were in there for a solid 45 minutes waiting to get to visit him. Finally, after a millennium had passed, and of course, letting Graham's family go first, I get called in by one of the nurses for my turn. There, sprawled out in a hospital bed, in a hospital gown and my flip-flops, is the pillow puddler himself. "Hey dude, how you holding up?"
Well, my body feels a lot less like a tree-worshipping society now.
Well, that's a positive. I finally found out what was wrong with him a few days later. Apparently, the massive hallucination was caused by exhaustion. Remember what I said about Trent being able to survive on only Nutella? Well, apparently he'd been surviving on no food, no water, and no sleep for 3 days before the incident. Not only that, but he had also managed to catch something called the norovirus. These two ailments came together to form Voltron and not only stopped the man's brain from functioning, but, as we saw, stopped his bowels from functioning as well. And by some miracle, drugs were not a factor. But hold on, there's still one last injustice that needs to be righted. I missed out on quite possibly the best meal of my life. After he was let out of the hospital, as an apology / thank you for having to deal with the whole debacle, Trent hooked me up with a ton of Pokemon cards from the latest set. And not only that, but Trent's angel of a mother treated Graham and myself to In-N-Out as a way to say thank you for taking care of her son. So it all worked out. Trent's fine, my stomach is filled, and we all live happily ever after. Except, that's not where the weird roommate stories end. I have an entire video on Parker and all of his nonsense right here for you. Go check it out. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.